Hi friends, welcome to IMIND.AutoCAD, your home to AutoCAD tutorials. In today's video tutorial, we would study how to plan and design a straight wall kitchen using AutoCAD. So first let us try to understand what is a straight wall kitchen. A straight wall kitchen, also known as a one wall kitchen, is a layout where all kitchen elements, countertops, cabinets, appliances, and work areas are arranged along a single wall. This design maximizes space efficiency, making it a popular choice for smaller homes or apartments. Next, let us try to understand some of the advantages of a straight wall kitchen. First is space optimization. The main advantage of a straight wall kitchen is its ability to utilize space effectively, especially in smaller kitchens. Second, linear design. All kitchen elements are lined up along one wall, creating a streamlined and functional layout. Third, the arrangement of appliances like sink, stove, refrigerator is often thought of in terms of a work triangle to ensure easy access and movement. Next is versatility. Straight wall kitchens can be adapted to various styles and needs, from minimalist to more elaborate designs. Open concept. The open nature of this layout can enhance the overall feel of home, especially in conjunction with open concept floor plans. And lastly, storage solutions. While space is maximized, designers can also incorporate storage solutions like pull-out shelves and vertical pantry units to keep the kitchen organized. Now, without any further ado, let's move to AutoCAD and start designing the straight wall kitchen. Before we start designing the kitchen in AutoCAD, let me share with you some of the inputs which I received from the client after having a detailed chat with him about designing the kitchen. So he finalized the wall and showed me the wall which I measured and found it to be 18 feet wide. He needs space to accommodate his oven, and the size of his oven, existing oven, is 2 feet by 2 feet. He needs to accommodate his existing hob top, and the size of it is 3 feet by 2.5 feet. He needs various racks for storing his masala, soft drink concentrate, sauces, pots, and pans. He needs space to accommodate his fridge, which is 3 feet by 2.5 feet and height is around 6 feet. He needs a chimney which is of standard size. He needs space for accommodating his soup bowls and space for accommodating his cup, saucer, and cutlery. So, these are some of the detailed inputs which I received from the client, and let us see how we can design and accommodate all his requirements using AutoCAD. So, we are now in AutoCAD and we'll begin designing our kitchen over here. So, the first thing which we'll do is we'll bring one reference image over here, and using that reference image, we'll be doing our drawing. So, I've researched on the internet and I found one reference image. So, let me attach that reference image here. So, I click on the Insert tab, and here you have Attach, and in Attach I select the straight kitchen and select Open. Then click on OK and then specify the dimension for that kitchen. So this is a straight wall kitchen reference drawing, and using this as a reference we'll be designing the kitchen for a client. I picked this reference because it almost matches the requirements of a client. That is, he wanted a double door fridge, he wanted a chimney, a space for oven, hob top. So most of these are present over here. So keeping in that this reference image in mind, we'll design a kitchen for our client. So the first thing which we'll do is we'll type the units command and change the units of measurement. So we'll change the units of measurement to engineering, and the insertion scale also we'll select inches and click on OK. Now the units of measurement is changed to units. We will also change the dimension. So we click on Home tab, and in the annotation panel you have this ISO 25 dimension style. You click on this and you select modify, and we'll first change the primary units to engineering, that is feet and inches, and the text size will make it to 3 inches, that is the text height, and symbols and arrows let it be 2.5 inch only, and just select OK and select set current and click on close. Now we'll begin by designing one wall, and remember we'll first begin in the plan view, that is top view. So I have taken the input from the customer, and he has told me that the length of the wall is 18 feet. So I will first go in the Home tab and go invoke the layer properties. So you can see that currently we are working in layer number 0. So we'll make a new layer and give that layer the name as wall, and change the color of that layer to fluorescent green, index color 3, and then click on OK, and double click on this paper like icon to make the wall layer as the current layer, and then close it. Ensure that in the layers tab you see the wall over here, and now we'll begin drawing our wall on this side. So we'll go in the Home tab and use the rectangle command, and we'll draw one wall. The length will be 18 feet, and the thickness for that wall we'll give it as 9 inches and hit enter. So this is our wall. We will also dimension it. So we click on the annotation tab and select linear dimensioning. But before that, it's also a good habit to create a new layer for dimension. So we create a new layer called as dimension and change the color of that layer to bright yellow, index color 2. Select OK and make that layer as the current layer. Then close that. Ensure dim is visible here. Then select linear dimensioning, one over here, second tab over here, and you get a wall of 18 feet. And again linear dimensioning, and we give one end here and second end here and a 9-inch thickness. Now we'll bring our reference image over here. Now I'm just speed ramping the video in order to save on the time, and I'm just sizing my image and moving it close to our drawing. So we have designed our wall of 18 feet by 9 inches. Now remember, we are doing the design in the top view first. So we'll begin by drawing this double door drawer. So we again go into layer properties and we make one new layer and give it the name as kitchen cabinet, and change the color of that layer to a deep brown color. And select OK and make that layer as the current layer. Close this. So you can see the kitchen cabinets is the current layer. So we have to first think about the dimensions for this cabinet. So we'll use this as a storage cabinet and we'll give it a thickness like 2 feet 5 inches by 2 feet. So we'll use a rectangle command, or maybe we can use the line command, and we'll draw one line from here downwards, turn the ortho on and give it a thickness of 2 feet 5 inches and hit enter. Then we'll offset this to a distance of 2 feet. So I will offset this to a distance of 2 feet. Select the object to offset and side to offset. Now it's a good habit that along with the drawing you do the dimensioning parallelly, so you get to know the sizes. So we will first change the layer to dimension layer by clicking over here. So you can see it should change the layer to dimension. That should be unlocked. So we are in the dimension layer. Select annotation, select linear dimensioning from here to here, and you can see the thickness is 2.5, that is 2 feet 5 inches. Now here we have given the distance as 2 feet. So we can draw one line from here to here, hit enter. Remember that line has to be in the kitchen cabinet. So ensure that your line is selected and you change it to kitchen cabinets. So it comes brown in color, and then back to dimension, annotate and click here and click here, and it is 2 feet. So we designed this cabinet or this storage area. Now we have to decide and design this open storage. So we'll give it a thickness of 1 feet. So we type offset, hit enter, give the thickness as 1 feet, enter, select the object to offset and the side to offset, hit enter. Then this middle storage area, we'll give it a thickness of 2 feet. So we type offset, just press escape, type offset, give the distance as 2 feet, select the object to offset and the side to offset, hit enter. And then again this open space, it should be same like this, so 1 feet. So again we type offset, offset distance is 1 feet, object to offset and side to offset. Now draw the line from here to here, hit enter, and now ensure that it's in the kitchen cabinets layer. Back to dimensioning, annotate from here to here and click on this arrow so that they come on the same line. If not, do again, annotate from here to here, 1 feet. Again, annotate from here to here, 2 feet. And finally, again, annotate from here to here, 1 feet. So our this much portion is done. Now this area where our chimney is there, and exactly below it you have the hob unit, cutlery unit, and the various drawers. So the client has given us that the hob unit which he has is of dimension 3 feet. So we will type offset, hit enter, and give the distance as 3 feet. Select the object to offset and the side to offset. Hit enter. Again, ensure you're in kitchen cabinets and line, and draw one line from here to here. Hit enter. And again back to dimensioning, and then linear dimensioning from here to here and up to here. So it is 3 feet. So we designed this storage, open space, then this 2 feet, then this 1 feet, then the hob and the chimney is of 3 feet. Then we have to design these 3 drawers or storage areas. So again, we use the kitchen cabinet layer, and we offset distance we give as 2 feet. Select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, side to offset, and object to offset and side to offset. Hit enter. Draw one line from end of this to end of this, line from end of this to end of this. Hit enter. Do the dimensioning also. So come here and change it to dimension, linear dimensioning from here to here, 2 feet, linear dimensioning from here to here, 2 feet, and linear dimensioning from here to here, and it is 2 feet. Remember, make it as precise as possible. So from here to here, like this. So these are the 3 spaces. Let us see how much space is now left. So we'll just do the dimensioning to measure this space from here to here. We can see it exactly 3 feet. So which is the dimension of our double door fridge. So we again, okay, we'll not draw a line because that will be an open area where we'll just fit the fridge. So next we will label these cabinets so that we know what is in what. So again we invoke layer properties and make one new layer and give that layer the name as text, and change the color of that layer to cyan color. Select OK and make it the current layer, by double clicking on this paper icon. Click over here, and now you can see that the text layer is active. Now you type M text and hit enter. Click over here and write down the text. So we'll write down that this is storage and click on close editor and then move it. So we select move from here somewhere in the center. Then this is open space. So Control C, Control V, click over here almost on the same line. You can turn the ortho on. So it's on the same line. Double click and change this to open space. Open, press enter and type space. Select both of them and center align it. Click on close text editor and move this somewhere over here, open space. You can take it on the top if you want. Just type MOVE move, specify the base point and move it where you want. It's happening because the snapping is turned on, so temporarily turn off the snapping. Take it wherever you want and click over there. Then select again, select this Control C, Control V, only the storage, Control C, Control V and bring it here. This is also storage. Again select only this, Control C, Control V and bring it here. This is the open space. Be very precise when you're designing it. So open storage, then open space, then again storage, then again open space. Now over here, we Control C, Control V. And here we'll write it as hob unit. Okay, and we can extend the size also like this. After hob unit, we press enter, then type cutlery unit. Again, increase the size, enter, drawer, enter, pan drawer, enter, chimney, enter. So these are some drawers which we plan to make it below it. And then you can just move this upward like this. Then again, these three are the storage areas. So again, we just select this, Control C, Control V. This is storage 1, Control C, Control V, storage 2, Control C, Control V and storage 3. So our plan view or the top view is now complete. And We have designed the storage, open space, hob unit, chimney, and these three drawers, that is cutlery drawer and the pan drawer, three drawers. Then the three storage areas. Remember, all of them are visible from the top, and this open space is for our double door fridge. So you can write it down. So Control C, Control V, and just double click over here and write down double door, enter, fridge. And you can increase the size, and you can select this and center align it. And you can move this. So this is our top view or the plan view. Now next we will study how to make the front view or the elevation of what we have designed for our kitchen. So we'll begin by using the X line command or the construction line command and draw two construction lines, one over here and second over here. Remember, the layer will still remain kitchen cabinets. So I type XL for X line and click over here and somewhere over here to draw the first construction line. And then again I type XL and specify the first point and the second point. Hmm. Then I again use the X line command and draw one construction line horizontally like this and press enter. Now I have to give height for my room. So let's give it a height of 8 feet 6 inches. So I will type offset and give the distance as 8 feet 6 inches, hit enter, click on the construction line and offset it on the top, hit enter, and then trim the unwanted lines. So we no longer need this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. Now on the top, we'll design one wall also just for our reference. So we activate the wall layer and we use the rectangle command and click over here and give the thickness, give the length as 18 feet. Press tab, thickness as 9 inches, hit enter, and the wall is also ready. Now again we'll use XL for construction lines and draw one construction line from here like this. Hit enter. Ensure that the construction line is in the kitchen cabinets. So select the construction line, click on kitchen cabinets, construction line and kitchen cabinets. And then ensure that the kitchen cabinets layer is on. One more kitchen line, X line from here like this. Enter. So this first construction line is for this drawer. The second construction line is this combined space. The third construction line is for the hob unit. So from here, like this, hit enter. And then the three storage drawers. So Excel, like this, enter. Excel, enter. And the last Excel, like this, and hit enter. Now again, we trim the unwanted lines. So we don't need these lines and we don't need these lines. Also on the top, we don't need these lines. Here also we don't need these lines. And here also we don't need these lines. Press escape to end the trim command. I'll bring the reference image down. So I'll type move, click on the object and move it down here. Now next we'll draw this skirting. So let's assume the size as 6 inches. So again we type offset, offset distance 6 inches. Click on the object and the side to offset. Hit enter. Next we'll use the trim command and trim these unwanted lines. So I type TR and hit enter. And I no longer need these lines. So I select them and press enter. So my 6 inches of skirting, which is this area at the bottom, is now ready. Next, I want to make this platform. So I'll give it a 3 feet offset. So I type offset, hit enter and give the offset distance as 3 feet. Hit enter, click over here and over here. So now I've created a platform of 3 feet and then again I press enter to end the command. Now this line is this pay area is for my double door fridge, as you can see. So I no longer need this line, so I just erase it. Okay, again these areas on the top are blank, as you can see, except for this, which is the chimney area. So again I'll use TR for trim and I no longer need these lines as well. Then I press escape. Then comes this area. So I'll give it a thickness of 2 feet. So I type offset and I hit enter and I give the thickness as 2 feet. Select the object to offset and the side to offset. And again I hit enter. Now I no longer need these divisions in between. So TR for trim and I remove these spaces. And then I'll just join this line for the moment from here to here. Now you can see there are 2 drawers over here, 2 drawers over here, and then comes this middle area. So this is the middle area. This is the chimney area on the top. So I'll divide this in order to make these 2 drawers. These 2 drawers. I'll divide this middle area into 2. So I'll select line. And now I want the midpoint of this. So I'll press Control and right arrow and mid between 2 points. So I select this point and then I type perpendicular to this line and hit enter. So these two drawers are also now ready. Now I'll draw one intersecting line. So I'll select line, and again from midpoint of this, so I'll press Ctrl and right arrow mid between 2 points from here to here, and I will select perpendicular to this line, and I hit enter. Now these are my three dividing drawers, last 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now this is the area of the hop top. These are the two drawers over here, and these are the two drawers over here. This is my oven area. Okay, and this is the area for my chimney. This area is blank. This area is for the fridge. Now, for the platform, this black platform which you see over here, I would like to give a thickness of 2.5 inches. So again, I type offset and give the distance as 2.5 inches and select the object to offset and side to offset. Hit enter. TR for trim, and I no longer need these lines. Then I press enter to come out of the trim command. Now you can see on the hop top here also there are two drawers. Okay, one is for the cutlery. Okay, and second is for the pan drawer, storage area, and so on. So I'll again draw one line. Again press Ctrl and select mid between 2 points from here to here and perpendicular to this. You can extend it if your line didn't come correct. And so these are the two drawers. Then this is the lower storage. Then these four drawers, these two drawers, and 1, 2, 3 storage. And this is the platform. This is the oven area. Okay, now here also you can see that there is a door in between these two drawers. So again we select line and control and select mid between 2 points from here to here and perpendicular to this. Enter. Now this is not up to touching the wall, so we'll give it a thickness of 2 feet. So again offset, and offset distance is 2 feet. Select the object to offset and side to offset. Hit enter. TR for trim. We don't need the line here. We don't need here. Okay, so this is the only area. And again, we don't need the line over here. So this is the open space that is representing this. This is your chimney area. We'll erase this line later on once we draw the chimney. Press enter to come out of the trim command. So our basic structure is ready. Now we have to draw the grooves between the furniture. You can see if I close up, these are the grooves. So we'll next have to draw the grooves. There's one trim line here left here, so erase that. Escape to come out of the trim command. Next, we have to design this area. This area is left over here. So again, we use XL for X line or the construction line. And we draw one construction line from here like this. Hit enter. And one more time X line. And we draw it from here like this and hit enter. And then we trim the unwanted lines. So we type TR for trim. We no longer need the lines here. We no longer need it here. We no longer need it here. Over here. So this area is ready. And finally, we need this dividing line in between to make these two sections as well. So again, we use the line command and we press Control and select midpoint of this to midpoint of this and press enter. And these two sections are also ready. This is the open space above. This is the open space above. All right, so now our plan elevation almost ready, except now we have to draw the grooves. Now we'll make the grooves. So for the grooves, we'll give a thickness of 1 inch, that is 0.5 inch on either side of the lines drawn. So let me show you how we'll do that. We'll use the offset command and we'll hit enter and give the offset distance as 0.5 inch and hit enter. Then we'll select the line like this. Side to offset is this. Then again click on the line and side to offset is this. Then press escape to come out of the offset command. E for erase and erase the central line like this. So our groove is ready. So we'll repeat this process again. So again offset distance is 0.5, hit enter and then select the object to offset, that is this object. Side to offset is this. Object to offset, side to offset, hit enter. E for erase and we erase the central line. Enter. So these two grooves which are representing this and this is now done over here. Same way we have to prepare grooves here as also horizontally. So we repeat the process. Offset, same distance. Select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset and side to offset. Hit enter. E for erase and erase the central line. Enter. Again offset, hit enter, same distance. Select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, side to offset, hit enter. E for erase and we erase the middle line. So this central area is also done. Now we have to also, if you notice in the reference, you will see there is a division over here also. Okay, so we have to do that also over here. So again we type offset distance 0.5, Select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, side to offset, escape, E for erase, and we erase the central line, enter. Now we trim the unwanted lines. So we no longer need this line, and this line. Same way we'll do at the bottom as well. We no longer need this line, and this line. Now we have to repeat the offset over here. So again offset 0.5, object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, and side to offset. Let's do again offset distance 0.5, select the object to offset, side to offset, and then object to offset and side to offset. Enter. E for erase, erase the middle line, enter. TR for trim, and we no longer need these two lines and this line. Same way over here also, we no longer need this line and this line. So this is also done. Now coming over here for this line. So over here also we don't need this. So this is also done. Now coming over here. So again offset distance 0.5. Select the object to offset and side to offset and side to offset. Escape and delete this middle line, and then back to trimming, TR for trim, and we no longer need this and this. And finally over here, so again offset distance 0.5, object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, and side to offset. Hit enter. E for erase, enter. TR for trim, and we no longer need this, and we no longer need this. So that's also done. Here also. So this is also done. So let's check whether all the drawers are proper. 1, 2, 3 storage, 1, 2, 3 storage, then upper 2 storage, lower storage, 1, 2, 3, 4 storage, and 1, 2 storage. So this is also done. Now in the same way we have to repeat over here, because you can see in this side also you have the line in between. So again we type offset 0.5, select the object to offset and side to offset, object to offset and side to offset. Escape, E for erase, and we erase this middle line, enter. So this is also done. Now again for this in the C shape for both the sides and in the center also. So again offset offset distance 0.5, select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset, and side to offset. Hit enter, E for erase, and erase this middle line, enter. Now over here, so again we type offset, offset distance 0.5, select the object to offset, side to offset, object to offset and side to offset, object to offset and side to offset. Now here you can see that you're getting just 0.5. So what we'll do, we'll select offset and we'll give the distance as 1 inch and hit enter, and then select the object to offset, side to offset, and then again over here you already have it offsetted, so no need. Then object to offset and side to offset, and finally over here also object to offset, side to offset. Hit enter, TR for trim. Okay, here it's gone on the other side. Just erase this. Again O for offset, offset distance 1 inch. Select the object to offset and side to offset. Hit enter, TR for trim, and we no longer need this, we no longer need this, and we no longer need this and this. Same way over here. So here we no longer need this, and coming down here we no longer need this. Again here we don't need this, this and this, and here we don't need this trim, and here we don't need over here, and here. So if you see, compare it with the original. So this is the upper section, the lower section, and the open space in between. Okay, this is the area for the chimney, and this is the blank area. This is the area for the oven. So next we will study how to insert the cooktop, that is the hub, then the chimney, and then the oven and the fridge over here. So I press escape to come out of this. Next we'll place the appliances. So I've made a layer called as appliances. Like this, and the color I've kept it as white, and I've already, if you see, downloaded all the appliances over here. If you come to the right side, all the needed appliances I've downloaded over here and kept it. I've downloaded it from a file from a site called as dwgmodels.com. So you can go over here, and here you can download all the free CAD blocks. So from here I've downloaded all the files and I've bought them over here. Now ensure that the appliance layer is the active layer, and you move the appliances to the required locations. So we have the oven. I select the oven and I select the midpoint. and I come to the location where I want to place it. I can turn my ortho off, and you can see it. You can place it nicely over here. Okay, if you want, you can further move it. Move, select the object to move, select the base point. We'll select the lower leg edge, and we'll turn the ortho off and move it over here. So this is our oven. Now over here I want to keep my hub. So here you can see I've already downloaded the hub. So I select this and I select move. From here I move it over here. Maybe I can keep it here and then move it like this. Then I have the double door fridge. So I select the double door fridge and again move, click over here. Can move it here and then move. Just ensure that you don't select the furniture. So press shift and deselect what you don't want. Press enter and then select move. Again move. Be careful that you don't select things which you don't want. Press enter, click over here and move it over here. So our double door fridge is also placed. We don't need these middle lines in between. So TR for trim. So the fridge is also placed. We don't need this line now, so we can erase that. And now we need the chimney. So we select the chimney. It's better to group it, and then move it from here where you want to move it. Move. Okay, then trim the unwanted lines. So I don't need this line now, and I don't need this line. So the chimney is also drawn. And now the water faucet. So we will select move, press enter, click here, and then move it down. Can select perpendicular to this. So the water faucet is also placed. And then we are left with drawing these handles. Again, these handles I've downloaded it from the same location, that is dwgmodels.com. So this is the handle. Now what we have to do is, if you watch, all the handles are at equal distance from the top. So when you're placing the handle, you have to be careful that you place it at the same distance from the top. So let's just say offset, and we give the offset distance as 1 inch from the top. Select the object to offset and side to offset, and later on we'll erase this. Okay, and then we select our handle, CO for copy, specify the base point anywhere and where you want to place it. So you say control mid between 2 points, this point and this point, and press enter. We want to move it down, so move, select this and move it here. Okay, now same way we'll copy this here also. CO copy, midpoint of this, and control, and you select mid between 2 points, so here and here. Again, control and mid between 2 points, this and this, and again mid between 2 points, this and this. Press escape and then erase this reference line, enter. So you can see all handles are at the same distance from the top. Same way we have to place it over here also. So again, offset, Let the distance be 1 inch. And then select the object to offset. And the side to offset. Enter. And then CO for copy. Select the object to copy as this and move it over, specify the base point. So base point will select midpoint of this, and where you want to move it to midpoint of this. And then we erase this line. Here we erase this. Again, we need handle over here, here, and here. So again, we type offset, offset distance 1 inch. Select the object to offset, side to offset. And then CO for copy. Select the object to copy, enter. Midpoint of this to midpoint of this. To midpoint of this. To midpoint of this. And midpoint of this. Escape. E for erase. We no longer need these referential lines. So we erase them. And our handles are ready. Now we also need handles over here and here on the upper storage also. So again, O for offset, object to offset. Offset distance is 1 inch. Select the object to offset, side to offset. And again over here also, object to offset. And side to offset. Now we copy. CO for copy. Base point is midpoint of this, and where you want to move it to midpoint of this. So if you don't get the midpoint, control mid between 2 points, here and here. Enter. Move it on the top. Copy. Select. Press enter. And move it here. Erase this lower. We should have moved it. So erase this lower. And now copy this on the top. And midpoint of this. Go on the top. Midpoint of this. Enter. E for erase. We no longer need this reference line. And E for erase. We no longer need this reference line. So this is also drawn. Again, over here also you can see 2 handles are there. So here also we'll type O for offset. 1 inch. Select the object to offset, side to offset. and CO for copy. Select the object to copy, midpoint of this, and where you want to move it. You can say control and right arrow mid between 2 points, this and this, and again control and right arrow mid between 2 points, this and this, enter. Then E for erase, and we no longer need this reference line, enter. So the handles are also done, the grooves are also done, the appliances are also placed, and now the next we have to do is labeling. So which drawer is for what purpose, so that when we hand it over to the client in the form of a printout, he knows what drawer is for saving what. Also, we need to do some hatching in this area and this area so that he comes to know the difference over there as well. So we'll first begin by hatching this central area. So we select this central area, and then we go in the home tab in the draw panel, and over here you will see that you have the hatch pattern. So I click on hatch, and then from this pattern panel, if you click on the drop down, you can see various patterns which are available for us to select. So I will select the box pattern and click over here. And then over here, you get the option to hatch pattern scale. So I will scale it down, pressing the down arrow over here, which is in the form of a spinner, and bring it down to something like 0.43 or 0.40. And then I will also increase the transparency by clicking over here and specifying the transparency from here as well, like this. And then click on close hatch pattern to see my effect. Same way for the platform, I want to give a hatching. So again, I select the hatch pattern, and then again I click on this drop down, and from here I select and see 31, and I click over here. And it's always a good idea to have the hatch stored in a different layer. So in the home tab, I click on layer properties, click on new layer, give it the name as hatch, and press enter. Make the hatch layer as the current layer, then select this, click on home, and ensure that it is in the hatch layer, and then press escape and click on this home and ensure that it is in the hatch layer, so that at any point of time we want to turn off the hatch layer, we can turn it off and see, and when we want to turn it on, we can turn it on and see the effect. So that was about the hatch. Now again we invoke the layer properties, and we have one layer called as the text layer. So we'll make that text layer as the active layer. and we'll start naming the drawers. We'll start with this drawer on the top. We'll use it for saving sauces and drink concentrates, which is one of the requirements of our clients. So we click on text and we click over here and we type sauces and drink concentrates. You can also increase the size of it from here. Trates. Okay, and you can click on close text editor. You can reduce the size of the text as well. So double click, select the text, and you can reduce the text height from here. Let's make it to 1.5 inch. So font, let it be Arial. Style, let it be standard. And text height, I want to reduce it. So this is too tiny. So let's make it to 2. That's okay. And we'll center align it. And we'll keep this in the center. So we'll move it like this. So this is for sauces and drink concentrates. Then over here, you can copy this, Control C, Control V, and paste it over here. And this, we'll use it for saving the soup bowls. So gradually we'll cover all the requirements of our client. Turn the snap off momentarily so that you can make micro adjustments. So this is for soup balls. Then again, we paste this over here, and this will use it for cups and saucers. And we click outside and we move this a bit on the top. Then we come over here, and this drawer we'll use it for bags, wraps and tissues. So we select this, Control C, Control V, and bring it over here. Double click, Control A, bags, comma, wraps, and tissues. Click outside and move this in the center. Then this lower drawer, we'll use it like a wicker drawer to store the dry items. So again, Control C, Control V, and we change the name to wicker drawer. You can press enter to align it and move it in the center. Try to make the design as precise as possible. Then this we'll use it like a spice rack to save all the spices. So we double click here and change the name to spice rack, and we move it down. Then the drawer adjacent to it, we'll use it as masala rack. This was also one of the requirement of the client, so we call it like the masala rack. Again, we move it down to align with this. Then the lower drawer, we use this for storing the pots, so we'll call this like the pot rack. All the pots will be kept here. And this drawer, we'll call it like the plate rack, where all the plates would be kept. Then this drawer, we'll call it like the pan drawer, where all the pans will be kept. This drawer, we'll call it like cutlery, to store all the cutlery. Then this would be another drawer where you can keep only the knives. Again, you can move it in the center. And here we'll change this to cutlery unit and knives drawer. Pan drawer. Then these three, we use it like storage. So we click over here, Control A, and give the name as storage. So this is storage 1, this is storage 2, and this is storage 3. And we have to just align it so that all of them come in the same line. And this is also complete. Okay. Now this is the chimney which the person can understand. This is the oven, hob top, faucet, etc. and the double door fridge. So friends, in this video tutorial, we have seen how to make a kitchen design using AutoCAD. Apologies that it was a long video, but hope you have learned many things. If you like this video and you would like me to create many such videos, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.